This is a Sony MiniDisc MZ-R55 that I bought for $15 the middle of the night from someone on Facebook Marketplace. I put the kid to sleep, I was sitting in front of the TV, wasn't really watching TV, scrolling through Facebook, and it was listed for $10 or $15 or make an offer, and I messaged the person and said, is it working? And they said, yes it is. And I said, does it have the remote? And they said, yes it does. And I said, when can I come and pick it up? And they said, I will drop it by if you want. And that was at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, something like that, and I thought that was a bit sketch. But they came to the bottom of my driveway. Lo and behold, the exchange took place. I paid for it in shrapnel. Who has cash these days? Scrabbling around my house looking for a random $1 and $2 and 50-cent coins, and then I purchased it. And it also came with an REM album. This is actually the only pre-recorded mini-disc that I have ever possessed. So we'll put that aside and we'll focus on the unit. So it contains the battery. The battery is the gumstick battery, the NH14WM. Battery is a bit corroded. If we have a little bit of a look here, if that can focus, corrosion all over that. So there's probably needs a little bit of a clean up on the battery door. But the battery doesn't hold charge at all, and why would it? Because it's probably 10 to 15 years old. I have a couple of replacements on order. Those will take a while to come though, given that I think they're coming from Germany, thanks to the wonders of eBay, and we all know what international shipping is like, but I will put that aside. But it does have the adapter. Now this is interesting to me too, because this takes two AA batteries, even though this is near 1.5, and I assume it's just to give you extra life. MZ-R90 that I had for years only has a single AA battery holder, so there's that. It also comes with a remote control. Now, the reason why it's on the bench is it does work, but so this is just a aftermarket power adapter from JCar, and I'll throw in our REM disc and put that in and hit play. I'm gonna skip anything, and I'll just check. Nope, the hold isn't on, so there's no reason why it would be doing that. So let's plug the remote in. And the remote works, which is good. The holder's not on, and it's not skipping either. Like, it lights, it's working because I can see the display is going and all of that kind of thing. So I can see that that's working, but it's not actually responding to any controls. And if we hit the stop button, it's not responding to controls either. I'm just going to flip the hold. When I put hold on, it blinks and tells me that it's on hold. Okay, so we're playing, but none of the controls are working. Volume control doesn't seem to do anything either. So I reckon, now I'm just going to plug in the Remicon here as well. And so if we have a look here, see this is working as well, but doesn't seem to be getting any controls through. So I've had a look on YouTube, and SJM4306 and CBits Tech both have a couple of things which I'm going to try, because essentially I can't play it, I can't stop it does not respond to controls, it doesn't respond to hold from the remote control, and if I put hold on the actual unit, then hold on the unit works, and now we've just powered off. So something's not right, so we're going to crack it open and have a look. Luckily, thanks to minidisc.org, we have the service manual, so hopefully this will help me figure out what's going on, or at least not destroy it when I pull it apart. But at the moment, it cost me $15, and well, if I can't get it to work, I can't get it to work. But it'll be interesting to open it up and find out what's going on. So it's interesting that it wakes up from power and it remembers where it is, but that's basically it. So yeah, I'm not sure. All right, I actually just want to do the top first, because I've got a suspicion that because none of the buttons are responding here, I've got a suspicion that what it is something that I saw on CBits Tech, which is it could be the ribbon cable, and SJM4306 also just suggested that it could be it's dirty underneath here. And when I've opened it up and just kind of cracked it open and shone a light inside and had a bit of a look, and there is a bit of kind of dust and crap inside there too, which probably rode in on mini-discs as they were getting put in and out, because the person who I bought it from used it basically as backing tracks to perform to with the guitar or a guitarist, and I can see, for example, like there's a little bit of fluff in there and a bit of just dust attached to the spindle, which probably tracked its way in there on discs. And so we'll just you know, open it up and clean the contacts and see if that helps any. We are also located in Cairns, and this is fairly humid area as well, so wouldn't surprise me at all, in fact, if that was the cause of it. Or I like this mat here, has little numbers on it, so I can kind of count out the screws, because that's the outlier, that's the step screw. You can see here that I actually do need to take it apart in the right order. I'm trying to prise this thing apart and I don't want to totally destroy it. They also have sausage fingers, which is not real crash hot when it comes to trying to do anything this small. I'm not sure how. Now taking all the screws out, set all the switches to the right position. Not actually sure how I'm supposed to get this off. So I know that these are attached to the board, and I know that those are attached to the board as well, but that's it there, a bit of leverage. Ah, here we go. Right, I've got a bit of leverage at the back. Deform this because it's quite thin. There we go. Okay, alright. We have the back off. A bit dirty around the edges of these bits here with the inputs and stuff, which I'll probably clean with some isopropyl alcohol. And I might be doing this wrong. Tell me in the comments if I am doing this in the wrong order. People who know a lot more about mini-discs than me. So all I've got is a service manual, a set of screwdrivers, and a chance of losing $15. Some stuff falling out of it, dirt and stuff, yuck. These little mechanical bits where it... If you bend something, then you're screwed. I'm not a fan. I'm so terrified of destroying ribbon cables because they are so tiny. It's going to be one of these nice ones where it's just going to kind of pop up for me. Alright. Pull that out. There we go. Alright, okay. So now, you can see here, I don't know if it's liquid damage or moisture or something, but I can probably give that a clean with some isopropyl alcohol. Precision screw, which is this one here. It's a little bit like doing kit furniture, but backwards. There we go. That's what you want. Yes, okay. Alright, so I'm already starting to see what I reckon the problem might be here. Got to get a better overhead light. Okay, so first of all, look at all the crap that's in there, all that white stuff. I am going to take a stab in the dark and say from the look of this, there's a lot of mildew in here. And I'm also looking here on the circuit board and I can see some hairs and some mildew and stuff as well. And it also looks like on the LCD on the crystal here as well that there's probably a bit of burn on there as well. So at some point in time I'll probably want to, I don't know if I can replace the LCD, but I might be able to replace the polarizer over the top of it. But what I certainly can do is give this a good clean. Bit of the old IPA. I actually think it's turning blue. So it's actually turning blue, so I think this is probably more likely to be leaky battery stuff maybe than, and that would actually make sense because in this case here, this is right near the AC adapter, that's where the battery adapter would attach, so it quite possibly could be leaky battery, as well as a bit of other not very pleasant looking stuff. Baby sized ones, which are a little bit finer. Not very much stuff coming away here, so it could be that these aren't that dirty. I'll hazard to guess that this probably kicked around in a bag or a box or a cupboard somewhere. It wasn't used for a really long time. And we have massive, like it's really humid up here in the tropics. And we have, we get powdery mildew, which kind of gets into everything. So people who do like proper hardcore photography and stuff have with their camera lenses and things, keep them in like humidors to keep the humidity balanced and all of that kind of stuff, so that they don't get that mildew inside into the blades of the lens. And there's a hot spot here, which I'm wondering if it's, and also you can also see just around the edge banding as well, the kind of bezel, the inset bit of bezel, the blue bit here, you can kind of see around there. So I wonder if, yeah, that is actually just a bit of heat damage and not some serious damage to the crystal. So maybe at some point in time I can replace the polarizer, solve that problem. One of the appeals to me of MiniDisc, as well as kind of a dead format, although if we're still using it, it can't really be dead, is the ability to do some of this maintenance and stuff on it yourself without having to get down to the kind of surface mount repair. There's enough kind of mechanical cleaning bits and pieces that you can do yourself. Just pull this chunk of dirt out of the circuit board here, just down there inside the case. So there's probably a bit of crap in here. Okay, right, before I put it together, the last thing I'm going to do is clean the ribbon, cable, because CBits Tech had good results with a similar issue. And I'll link that video in the description. Whoops, and I've just gone and lost a piece, which is probably pretty important. Shit. Here's the click arm. Yep, okay, so I'm going to figure out how to put the click arm back in. But yeah, look at that. That's I hope that's oxidization on there. Because if it is, that would definitely... Okay, let's try reassembling this thing together. So, look, I managed to pull it apart, and I know where all the screws and everything go, but putting it back together and making sure the damn thing still works, that is an entirely separate thing. So what I'm doing is I'm got the sitting with the service manual and just putting everything back in order, in reverse order. So being lumpy fingers is not going to be helpful. Ha! Alright, got it. Here's my ribbon cables come through. Alright, so hopefully I can now put all the rest of my screws back in. Alright, so now let's reseat this ribbon cable. Okay, alright, I'm going to close the whole thing back up. Just going to check the position of my switches, make sure none of those are bumped so I don't break anything. Alright, make sure I've got no screws missing. Looks good. Alright, let's now see if we broke anything. Okay, that's good. Recognises the hold switch is on. Let's Oh, I know what's happened here. The hold switch is actually jammed on, so what's happened is when I've put the case back on, the hold switch has slipped. The micro switch underneath is engaged and it's stuck in hold, which is no good. So I'll have to take the case off again. In the grand scheme of things, that's pretty minor, given this is my first time pulling one of these things apart. But this is what the issue was the hold switch here, the micro switch on the board for the hold switch, and the actual hold switch on here, they all need to line up. So I've just gone and checked that everything does line up again. Okay, alright, so now let's have a look here. Power in. The hold switch on, yep. Right, holders off. Let's have a look, no disc. Okay, so let's open him up. Put REM in. Holy crap, actually working. Try plugging in the remote and see what we get from the remote. Okay, so the remote seems to work good. Oh my god, I am unbelievably track mark. Stop. Play, display, play mode. I genuinely am, oh my god, this is so good. I've got a $15 MiniDisc player and all I had to do was clean off the bits and pieces and the bloody thing works. What's really cool is it's playing, there's no bearing noise, there's no issue with the screws or anything. This is just awesome. For $15 and, you know, some ear cleaners and stuff like that, that is insane. Wow. If I sound a bit overwhelmed and stupidly pleased with myself, that's because this is not something that I am, you know, an expert at by any means, but unbelievably cool. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something today. I certainly did. I'm really, really chuffed about this. Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more videos. There'll be more MiniDisc and other things coming out in due course. I went a bit nuts on eBay. Hit the bell icon to get notified when new videos come out. And if I've done anything wrong, if I've done anything stupid, or if you've learned something, or if you've got any advice for me about anything to do with this, put it in the comments below. I do read and reply to all the comments. Shout out again to SJM4306 and CBits Tech, which are linked in the description for the videos that they've put up, which enabled me to get the confidence and get the ideas of what this the solution to this might be. I'll see you in the next video.